Welcome back to Jack's Media Grounds. I'm Chris, and this week we're looking at Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Is this worth seeing theatrically? Well, this one was produced by James Wan, and early word was people walked out of test screenings, including James Wan. It has since come out that the reason they walked out was because they were expecting this to be similar to The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, so an action-adventure movie. This Mummy is more of a, I guess you could say, heard Evil Dead Rises is a good comparison for this one. It is a interesting horror movie. It's kind of a hard one for me to say that this is good or bad, because when it does things right, it really does things right. There's a lot of creep factor to this movie. The idea behind what the mummy is in this movie makes a lot of sense, and it's a different take. Instead of going back and dealing with Imhotep again, from Brendan Fraser's movie The Mummy, this one kind of deals with folklore around a demon that would destroy families. So it's kind of it's a unique take, I think, in the sense, and the entire premise behind this being the mummy and everything makes complete sense in that vein. That being said, some of the stuff it does bad, it really does bad. There's some camera angles that are just atrocious. The editing at times is pretty just ugh. It's kind of terrible. There's also, it changes a lot between light and darks at times. And the overuse of bass in this movie. And I don't know if it's actually the movie's fault or if it was the way sound mixing was sent to the theater. But everything has deep booming bass, from when they're walking to when they're talking, like moments that should be kind of subtle and creepy, they just overused the bass to kind of just, send it in there that this is a moment where you're supposed to be terrified because of how much bass is being used. Overall, I mean, this movie was better than I expected it to be all the way around. And I honestly, I think this is one that should be seen in the theater. It's a good, creepy horror movie at the times. So if you liked movies like Evil Dead Rises, just kind of like those, some graphic body horror moments and everything, if you like, if that kind of turns you off from it, I would avoid it if you're not into body horror. And then if you're wanting kind of like a folk horror story, this is kind of an interesting one. So I would say there are aspects of it that make it worth seeing theatrically. And then there's some that, depending on whether or not you liked Evil Dead Rises or you like movies similar to that vein where they do have some body horror, if you really hate those ones, can't stomach them, don't care for them, I'd probably recommend avoiding this. But if you have seen it, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. Like the video, think about subscribing to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.